Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's your presenter, Quadratic Christian. So today we'll be looking at root mean square, root mean equation method for solving quadratic equation. Okay, please, I want you to like and share this video if you find out you've seen anything new in the method of solving quadratic equation. And I also urge you to follow me. I guarantee you that you will see things that you've never seen before in mathematics, as you are going to see it today. If you have missed out in some of my previous presentation, I want you also to go back and watch it. Okay, now a typical quadratic equation is given as ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Equivalently, we can also write this as x squared plus b over ax plus c over a equals to 0. That is, if we divide equation 1, call this equation 1, call this equation 2. Both of them are the same. So if you divide equation 1 by a, you get the same thing. Now, what do we mean by root mean equation method for solving quadratic equation? What we simply mean, root mean equation mean average of the roots. Okay, mean is the same thing as average. Okay, so now we know that quadratic equation will always have two roots. Okay, at least if it is one, then that means that that particular root is repeated. Okay, now, and any quadratic equation that has a root, or any quadratic equation that we can solve for its root, that means that that quadratic equation is factorizable. Okay, so if this quadratic equation is factorizable, by implication we can factor it into two different multiples. So that is to say that I can write this quadratic equation as x squared plus, this implies that x squared plus b over a x plus c over a, we can write it as x plus alpha into x plus beta. Okay, where alpha minus alpha and the minus beta are the root of equation 1 and the 2. Okay, root of equation 1 and the 2. So the reason I'm doing this is to bring to your understanding the concept of this root mean equation method, okay, or average equation method, if you can put it that way. Now, so remember, this equation is equals to 0. If this equation is equals to 0, it means that this multiplication of these two factors is also equals to 0. And if the multiplication of these two factors is equals to 0, it means that each of them can be equated to 0. And if each of them can be equated to 0, then it means that x plus alpha is equals to 0 and x plus beta is equals to 0, which implies that x, if this one goes here, I have minus alpha, or if you take beta to the other side, I have x is equals to minus what? Beta. That's why we wrote here that minus alpha and minus beta are the root of this quadratic equation. If this is well understood, then we'll go to the next step. Then, since x equals to minus alpha and x equals to minus beta are the root of this quadratic equation. Note, we don't know alpha, we don't know minus alpha, we don't know minus beta. But one thing is certain, we know that they are the root of that quadratic equation. Okay? So, now, if you have 2 points, or if you have 2 values, what do we mean by the average? The average simply means you add up and divide by what? 2. So now, I can say add both sides of the equation. If I add both sides of the equation, I have 2x is equals to minus alpha plus minus beta. Okay? Of course, this is nothing but minus alpha plus what? Into alpha plus beta minus into alpha plus beta. So if I make x the subject of formula, I will have x is equals to minus alpha plus what? Beta all over 2. Okay. Now, this is nothing but the equation of average of the root. Okay. Average equation of the root. Let me put this way. Or I can call it the mean equation of the roots. Okay. So our root mean equation. Let me caption it the way we have it here. This is what we call our root mean equation. Okay, this is our root mean equation. Now the question is, how do we use this root mean equation to solve for this quadratic equation in order to ascertain what this alpha and beta will actually be? Alright, so of course I can rewrite this as x plus, if I bring this one to the other side, x plus alpha plus beta all over 2 equals to what? 0. Okay. Now, but then remember we have that x minus x plus alpha into x plus beta is equals to 0. If you remember that. Now, if you multiply out this, you have x squared plus alpha plus beta x plus alpha beta equals to what? 0. Okay? So you can call this equation 3. Now, compare equation 3 with equation 2. If you compare equation 3 with equation 2, you find out that the coefficient of x here is alpha plus b, and the coefficient of x here is b over what? A. So, using equation 2 and the equation 3, it therefore implies that alpha plus beta is equals to b over what? A. Okay, b over a. So if we substitute this in our the root mean equation, substitute, so you can call this 4, substitute into the root mean equation. By root mean equation, we mean this equation. If I substitute here, then I will have x plus my alpha plus beta is equal to a over. So if I substitute here, I will have b over 2a is equal to what? 0. This is another form of the root mean equation. Okay. Mind you, we actually want to solve for x. Okay. Ordinarily, one would have said x is equal to b over what? A. But no. Rather, this x is the average line, or the median line, or the mean line of the root of that quadratic equation. Okay. So, but our goal now is actually how do we use this mean line equation or the root mean equation to solve for the solution of that quadratic equation. Okay. Now, the next thing I need to do, I'll say let y be equals to x plus b over 2a. Okay. Of course, if I make this the subject of formula, by this it implies that x is equals to y minus b over 2a. Okay. So if I substitute this into equation 1, if I substitute this into equation 1, let's use this as the abbreviation for substitution. If I substitute this into equation 1, I will have, so Anywhere I see x, I'll put y minus b over what? 2a. So if we do that in this equation 1, I will have a y minus b over 2a all square plus b into y minus b over 2a plus c is equal to what? 0. If I open up this, if I expand this, I'll have a into y square minus this times this, I'll have b over a y, then this times this, I have plus b square all over 4a square plus, if b goes, okay, plus b into y minus, let me take it step by step, plus c equals to 0. Now, if I multiply, if I open up the bracket, I have a y square minus this time this a, we cancel a, I have by plus this times I have b square over 4a plus by, b times y, b times b over 2a, I have b minus b square over 2a plus what? C equals to 0. Okay? This by, we cancel this by. Now I have ay square plus b square all over 4a minus b square all over 2a. Okay? Plus what? C equals to what? 0. Okay? Now if we solve for this, we have a y square. Okay, LCM of this is 4a. Alright, a into 4a into 4a have 1 times b square, I have b square. 2a into 4a will give us 2. 2 times b square, I have minus 2b square. Okay, plus c equals to 0. B square minus 2b square plus c. So we have a square minus b square all over 4a plus what? C equals to 0. Okay. Now, remember the only variable that is here is y. So we'll be solving for y. If I take this one to the other side of the equation, I'll have ay square is equals to b square over 4a minus c, and this is equals to, if you find the LCM is 4a into 4a will give us 1. 1 times b square will give us b square minus 4a. Of course, this you can take this as equals to 1. 1 into this 4a times this, you have minus 4ac. So we have 4ac. Okay? So that thus we have ay square is equals to b square minus 4ac all over 4a. Okay, so if you divide both sides by a, we have y square is equals to b square minus 4ac all over 4a square. Okay, so from this, it means that if you take square root of both sides, it means that our y is equal to plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac all over 2a. Because square root of 4 is 2 and square root of a square is what? A. So that from here we have that our y is equal to plus or minus b square minus 4ac. Okay, recall our equation here. So I can call this equation 5. Call this equation 5. So if we substitute for y because we have our y to be equal to this. If we substitute for y in equation 5, we will have, let me put this here. Now, since y is equal to x plus b over 2a, it implies that our x is equals to x is equals to minus b over 2a plus y. And what is our y? Our y is square root of b squared minus 1. So if we substitute that, we have minus b over 2a is plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over what? 2a. Okay? So if you simplify this further, you have this is equals to minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. This is our x. So now this is your usual equation solution for solving quadratic equation. Alright? So I want to urge you to actually like and share this video if you have gained anything new, if you have seen anything new, if you have understood anything new, if you have learned anything new, please like and share this video and comment in my comment box what next you want me to show you or what next you would like to learn as long as quadratic equation is concerned in that comment box. And also, I also want to challenge you for the case of cubic equation. Remember, cubic equation, we are going to have 3 roots. The roots are going to be x equals to minus alpha, x is equals to minus beta, x is equals to minus lambda. Also, find out if you can also use this method to solve cubic equation. But I want to tell you for sure, we can use this method as well to solve for cubic equation. And if you want to see that, try and follow me so that you learn more in my series of solution to polynomial equation. Mind you, we are still in cubic equation. We've not gone to we are still in quadratic equation. We've not gone to cubic equation. Thank you. I remain your presenter, Okolalichiku Christian. I'm reaching you live from Akolo Isofia in Agwata local government, Anambra State, Nigeria. Bye.